Hi guys, this is your Tita in China and today we're back with a new skincare video. Today we're going to talk about something that is very much misunderstood in skincare, and that is the difference between purging and a breakout. There's a lot of misunderstanding between what purging, breakouts, or contact dermatitis is because there is one common symptom among all three of them, and those are pimples. Or well, in the case of contact dermatitis, they're more like acne-like bumps. They're not real acne, but they do look like acne. So it's very difficult for us to tell which is which. All three of those conditions also have similar symptoms like redness and irritation, as well as pain in the area. However, there are clear differences between the three, and today's video will help you figure it out once and for all. But before we move on, if you're new here, happy to have you on board. My name is Emmeline and I am your Tita in China. I upload skincare related videos as well as China related videos. So if you're interested in that kind of content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so that you will know the next time I will upload a new video. Before we can truly understand what the difference is between a breakout, a purge, or contact dermatitis, we need to first understand how pimples form. Pimples form when a bacteria that is naturally present on the surface of your skin called Cutibacterium acnes, also known as Propionibacterium acnes or P. acnes, start to multiply too quickly, usually because there is an increase of sebum production or oil production on your skin. Cutibacterium acnes love sebum and they thrive on it. So if your body produces more sebum, they also reproduce more quickly. Because if there's more food, dumadami rin sila. Marami yung food, marami rin sila. So what are the common factors that drive the body to produce more sebum on the skin? It can be because of hormonal imbalance. So for example, if you are pregnant or if you just gave birth, or if you are about to have your period or you just had your period, all of these fluctuations in your hormones can affect the amount of oil that your body produces. It can also be triggered by stress because stress also messes up your hormones. It can be a lack of sleep. It can be an increase of testosterone in the body. It can also be signaled by eating too much refined food as well as sugar and dairy. So there are a lot of different factors as to why your body can produce a lot of sebum, and if there's more sebum, the Cutibacterium acnes also become more active, which eventually will lead to a breakout. So when the level of bacteria on your skin goes up or goes up too quickly, your immune system is actually going to signal some white blood cells to go there and fight the infection. This process is called an inflammatory response, and the result is inflammation. It's completely possible that you don't see it yet, you don't feel it yet, but the inflammation has already started within your pore or on your skin. So once the body has already kicked off that inflammatory response, what is created is called a microcomedone or a baby pimple. This is essentially a clogged pore that has become inflamed, and what's inside the clogged pore are skin cells, bacteria, and white blood cells, and can also be mixed with pollution, dirt, as well as oil that is being produced within the pore. So this whole process of inflammation and creating that inflammatory response can go on for a week or 2 weeks, and eventually what's going to come out is a pimple. Say for example, this is your skin. The brown part here is your dermis and your epidermis, and the wet wipes here on top is your stratum corneum. And these here, the white here, these are your pores, for example. So let's just say that your body is overproducing oil because of stress or because of hormonal imbalances. So this pore here is starting to get clogged because of the oil production, the bacteria, the skin cells that is all within the chamber or the pore. Because there is an overgrowth of bacteria in your skin and in your pores, the body will send white blood cells in what is called an inflammatory response. Let's say this Sharpie here is what happens in an inflammatory response. So the body will try to fight off that overgrowth of bacteria. So at this level, you don't really feel the inflammation yet. You don't feel like a pimple is forming. But it is already clogged and it is already inflamed. As time passes, as your skin turns over, this pimple will also rise up. So if this is your day 1 pimple, say by day 7, it's already a little bit above. And by say day 10 or day 14, the pimple is already up here on the skin and you can feel it, you can see it. This process is what creates a breakout. A clogged pore is what will eventually go up the surface of the skin, and that is what you're going to identify as a pimple or a breakout. In the case of allergic or contact dermatitis, there isn't necessarily an overgrowth of bacteria. But once you apply a product on your face, your body can sometimes identify it as a foreign substance or an unwanted foreign substance, and it will create the same inflammatory response. Once your immune system identifies an allergen, it will send that inflammatory response that is in the form of itching, irritation, burning, swelling. This is just your body's way of reacting to something that is foreign or that is unwanted in your system. When you have allergic or contact dermatitis, the acne-like bumps that it creates, it's not real acne, but I mean, it looks like it, it feels like it, and it has the same negative psychological effect. And this is the reason why we need to identify which one is a breakout, which one is allergic dermatitis, which one is purging, so that we will be able to know how to deal with any of these conditions. In the case of allergic dermatitis, you can take anti-itch creams that you can buy over the counter, or corticosteroids if this is approved by your derm. If it's really bad, obviously, this is something that you need to go to the hospital for, see a dermatologist to make sure that you're doing the right things to help you deal with the allergic or the contact dermatitis. So if you are a sensitive skin type, you can avoid contact dermatitis by using gentle, fragrance-free, and essential oil-free products. Purging is completely different from contact dermatitis or from a breakout. As I have said before, a breakout happens when there is a bacterial overgrowth on your skin, your body sends out an inflammatory response, your pores become clogged and inflamed and red, and eventually it will go up the surface of your skin and you will identify that as a pimple. Therefore, the breakout that you have today started a week ago or maybe even 2 weeks ago. It's just that the pimple takes time to actually come up to the surface of the skin and for you to actually see it on the surface of the skin. Purging happens when the baby pimples or even like the teenage pimples, those that haven't quite reached the surface of the skin yet, are exposed or pushed out sooner than they normally would. This usually happens when you use certain products that have exfoliating ingredients like AHA or BHA. So again, let's say this is your skin and the wet wipes here is the layer called stratum corneum. It's made up of dead skin cells. When you use products that exfoliate the skin or promote cell turnover, what happens is you are removing the stratum corneum layer by layer. And what happens is that this little pimple that you used to not be able to see, and this one here that you can feel already but it's not really coming out yet, they both are now exposed. So why is this a good thing? It's a good thing because now that these pimples are exposed, it's easier for you to treat them, it's easier for you to extract them if necessary, and it's easier for your skin to get rid of whatever gunk and whatever dirt it still has in there in the pores, and basically normalize the function of your skin. Skincare ingredients that promote skin turnover or skin renewal include AHAs like glycolic acid and lactic acid, and BHAs like salicylic acid. Although BHAs really work more in the pore than AHAs. And of course, how can we forget about retinoids? Retinoids are the gold standard for skin renewal, skin turnover, and this really is one of the ingredients or skincare ingredients that can normalize your skin and improve your skin over time. So we now understand that purging only happens when baby pimples are pushed out sooner than usual. Purging only happens when there is an increased level of skin renewal, skin turnover, or the top layers of your skin are getting removed, getting exfoliated exfoliated. So the baby pimples that are still deeper in your skin are getting exposed much more quickly. This means that not all ingredients can cause purging. As a matter of fact, there are only very few ingredients that can cause real purging. And these ingredients include AHA, BHA, and retinoids. And even then, even if you use any of these three ingredients, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to purge. It's just that these three ingredients can cause a purge. That doesn't mean that it's going to happen with every person that uses it. So it doesn't matter what the person who sold you the product said. It doesn't matter what the person said online. If the product that you're using does not contain any of these products or any of these ingredients that can cause a purge, and yet you're getting pimples, those pimples are not purging. Those pimples are breakout. So again, just to make it clear, you can only expect purging if the products that you're using contain ingredients like AHAs, BHAs, or retinoids. So if you have a moisturizer that is full of essential oils or a serum that is just an essential oil blend, if you are getting breakouts from that, most likely it's not because it's purging. The tricky part here is there are a lot of people online that will tell you or that will advise you that it's just part of the purging process. But most likely what you're experiencing really is either a breakout or contact dermatitis. It really gets me whenever I see things getting marketed or things getting advertised and people will tell you, oh, you know, expect a purge from this product, expect things to get worse before it can get better, even if the product doesn't actually have any scientific basis for this. But from a marketing perspective, why is it that we use the no pain, no gain mantra to gain customers? Aren't we just supposed to say nice things about the product so that you will buy it? The answer is it's not always about saying good things, but it's always about appealing to emotion. If we market the product in such a way that there's something uncomfortable in the beginning, but eventually you will get the skin that you want, it plays into your no gain, no pain, no gain. If I earn it, then I deserve it sort of a mindset. And you'd be surprised at the number of people who actually think that unless you work hard for it, unless you feel pain for something, then you don't actually really deserve the result, that you don't actually deserve anything good. And this is especially malicious, especially if you're marketing things towards people who have probably dealt with acne all their lives or have dealt with a lot of skin issues all their lives, and they just want things to get better. And they're willing to sacrifice anything just to get better. And for these people, this kind of malicious marketing can drive them down a rabbit hole where you get a lot of money from them, or they spend a lot of money on your products, but at the end of the day, they will just get disappointed. And that for me, it's just not ethical. So the market in Asia, even in South Korea for example, is all geared towards sacrifice to get a reward. In many Asian cultures, and that includes South Korea and Japan and China, there is this deeply ingrained idea that the more you suffer, the more deserving or worthy you become. We seem to like the idea that if we're going to work hard for something, if we're going to be in pain for something, the reward will be all the more worth it. So because this whole ideology is so deeply ingrained in us, it's such a conscious effort to tell ourselves to look at the facts, to see what works and see what doesn't, and to really understand which products are just a marketing ploy, a marketing strategy. Malicious marketing often preys on the insecurities that people have on their appearance because we know that it works. On the other hand, ethical marketing helps you understand what the problem is in a simple manner and is honest with you about what can be done and what cannot be done. Ethical marketing also sets factual expectations of the product so that you will know exactly what you're getting yourself into. So this is the whole premise of Your Tita in China. This is just telling you which ones are worth it, which one is not, and why is something not worth it, so that you will understand and make better and more informed choices. Especially because in skincare, you know, skincare is not cheap, and you are investing a lot of money in skincare. So all the more that we should be very careful about where we drop our coin in. So that's it, guys. That's our video for today. I hope that you found this informative and you found this helpful. If you did, please hit the like button and share this to your friends or also skincare buffs. Or if you have any comments, questions, suggestions about anything I said in the video, don't hesitate to comment down below. Thank you for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye! Shats